Well, y'all, as usual, my camera cut me off. And I always wonder, is it my camera? It's my camera. I need to learn how to use it better. I don't really like how this liner got humped up there because my hand shook a little bit. So I'm going to fix it. I'm using these little Face Secrets dual-ended cotton applicators. And these are the ones that have the little point on the end. Nice to keep on your makeup area. Yep, I'm just going to kind of blend that over. I didn't really want that to do like it did. So I'm just going to kind of take it back down. So I can go back in there and fix it. I think that did it. I'm just using my spit. Yep. Alright, so I'm going to go back and fix that because I didn't like the way it looked. I went too far up. Now I'm going to look at where I tried to overcorrect over here. Yeah, that looks good. That looks about the same. Okay. It's hard to get your brows the same. It's hard to get your, speaking of brows, I never even combed them out. It's a little heavy. It's hard to get your brows the same. It's hard to get your liner the same. So, but you know, your eyes and everything that's on both sides of your body, they're not perfectly symmetrical. So, I guess it's just more natural looking. And use the little nib. This is Maybelline Brow Precise in color number, what is that? Does it say? It doesn't say the color number. It's brown. I'm going to go right through the bottom so I can get me a tail over here. There, slight little tail. Same over here, right through there. It just gives a little bit of a tail. Okay, now I'm going to brush this up again and then straight back. And brush this up. You think, why would you brush up? Trust me, it'll come back down. You make so many expressions, your eyebrows move. And they'll come back down. There we go. We've curled my lashes, so now we are going to add my mascara. And I am, once again, using Thrive. I really do like liquid lashes. Liquid lash extensions is what they're called. And I tip it out. These are not waterproof, which is what I like about them. But it's a great comb, so it comes through all this. It gives you a good bit of mascara, but then you come through it so much. It really does get on either side of the lash really good, and it builds like a little tube. Are you serious? Who calls at this hour? No, blah, 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 blah. Hold on, it's giving out a phone number, which I should not do or let it do. Hold on. There. I cut off the announcement part. I just realized that's all I have to do. Alright, oh see, now I can use this, y'all. It gets the little makeups off my fingers that were on. Okay. And what was I doing before I was so rudely interrupted by the phone? Putting on mascara. Tipping out the lashes. Tip the inner ones towards the nose. Is that a lash? It is. A lash came off. That's not an extension. I thought, oh, that's just an extension. That's not how it works. The way that this mascara works is the tubes. It puts like a coat on a coat on a coat, and so it builds it up and makes it look thicker and longer, just like any other mascara, but it actually builds a little tube. So I tip it out, and then you got to make sure you build the tube. So you go from the root to the ends, the root to the ends, and what that does is it coats either side of the lash. So literally, look how thick they look just from one swipe. But then they take it, because it's such a good hard raking brush, it's like a comb brush, it comes the excess back off. So when you come over on a second pass, it dries for a second. Wiggle, wiggle down, down. Wiggle, wiggle down. You got to be very careful because it's very wet. I usually have a tissue handy because it's a very wet mascara, and I often get some underneath. Wiggle, wiggle down. Oops, let me get back there a little better. Oh, that's hair on my head. Do y'all ever do that where you'll look later in the mirror and you'll see like a head hair with mascara on it because it got in the way while you're putting your mascara on? I do that all the time. And just kind of coming straight down. Okay, so that's one pass. You really could go with that. I like two. As y'all know, I like a lot of mascara. Why am I saying it like that today? Mascara! Alright, so let's get the tip end really good. So it kind of makes that little, between your winged eyeliner and your outer, there's one hair that's just sticking out. Where is it? There it is. You want to make it have that kind of look, like the little Cindy Lou Who on the Who's at Christmas. I don't know. What am I trying to say? I don't know. And then be sure at the end to push these towards the nose. They've already dried, so it's getting a little harder to do that. There we go. And make sure this goes towards the ears. And while I'm on this side of my head, I'll go ahead and do the second bottom lash. Again, some of my lashes go in weird directions anyway. And that just proves that it's not the eyelash curler, because sometimes it's on the bottom lash, which I don't use an eyelash curler. It's just my eyelashes are weird. And, oops, let me make sure I got some on there. I did. Okay, then I'm going to comb through. And I'm closing my eyes because they're so long now. Not they're so long, but because I've curled them, if I don't, it's going to hit back up in here. So I'm kind of closing as I pull up and bending back a little bit. And then just point that towards your nose. So when you're over on this side, be sure and go out towards your ear. And then when you go to the middle, go up towards your eyebrow. And sometimes when you go slower and push it back a little, it just makes it stand up prettier. See, look at the difference in that eye and that eye, because I did that. Let me do that over here. Out towards that way, and now up towards the brow. Real slow and back. Slow and back. See how that made it stand up? Now the only problem is, because it's not waterproof, it's not going to stay that way. It just doesn't dry quick enough if it's not waterproof. And so this, that pretty standing up look that I just did, it'll come right back down. But if you do it enough times, I think it won't. And there's just a point where I'm just kind of done with it, and I'm at that point. So the interesting thing is, and why I would not carry this in my purse, is this is a really heavy packaging, which tells me they did not cut corners on packaging. But it does make me wonder, why is it so heavy? I ask myself that. Wonder why, I think. Did I do everything? No, I did not do my blush and contour, which is why I'm back here anyway. And I'm using the Filmstar Bronze and Blush Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. Most gorgeous ever packaging. Just look at that packaging. It's tiny. It's smaller than the regular bronze and highlight, or bronze and glow. This is Bronze and Blush Glow. And it's just a beautiful, perfect color for both. And it came with this cute little brush, but when you cut it on its side, see how it's skinny that way and wide that way? When you cut it on its side, you can cut in with the bronzer, just to do a little bit of contouring. And you know, because I have chipmunk cheeks, I do come down. This is not a norm for people. And I do more to angle to really keep from hitting down here. And stay back here until, for me, I pull in a little with what's left over. And then I am going to do the temples. Lightly, lightly, lightly. Blend it down. But stay away from around here. Stay on the hairline. And then over the hairline. And then back down the temple. Temple's right behind the arch of your brow, right there. And the reason you do that is it just kind of just come up and down, back and forth, because it kind of brings the color in. And stay on your hairline back here. Don't mess this up. You want that to be bright so your eyes look bright. But it just kind of, and remember to blow out when you do under your nose, if you do under your nose, so it doesn't get up your nose. I do because I have a larger nose, so I do powder underneath the ends, and you want to go back and forth so you blend it and you don't just make a brown spot under your nose. Same thing here. I have a little jolly thing there and there. And then I do that underneath completely just because that's a little drop in fatty. And I also drew a line, and down. You blend that line down. So it'll just be a little bit of a shadow under there. Now the blush, flip over to the side and barely touch it in, because what have we learned about this blush? It's very pink. Yes, kind of round it out. Right above where you just were with the brown, and then round it out. Right there. I go down the nose underneath with what's left over, if there's any at all. There we go. Then round it out. A little spastic sometimes, but it's okay. And then add a little bit of that pink in front.